Very good afternoon to one and all. Let us study the next concept in educational management, that is system approach to educational management. Now, before coming to the system approach, let us understand the concept of system. What is system? A system is a set of interrelated parts. So as you can see, these parts are interrelated, but elements work together for a common purpose and form an organized whole. Now, for example, let us understand the university. University has number of elements like students, teachers, officers, administrative staff, and non-teaching staff. Each and every element within the university is important. If one of the element is not working, then university will not function. For example, if students are not there within the university, will university function? No. There has to be students. If teachers are not there, then also university will not function. So system says that each and every resource is important and they all work together to form as a whole. Similarly, let's see our human body, which also comprises of many systems, like the digestive system, respiratory system. For example, if digestive system is not working, will our body function? No, our body will not function. So within the body also, each system or each part is okay. Now let's understand, as I have already said to you, there are input, process and output. Okay, so let's come to the input part. Input talks about five main resources, that is human resource, material resource, time, financial resource, time as a resource, and curriculum, content matter and technology, existing knowledge, ideologies and values. When I say human resource, Human resource within an educational institutions are student, teachers, non-teaching staff, administrative staff. Material resource like equipment, building, books, journals, encyclopedia. These are the simple examples. Financial resource, as we everyone know, money is an important part to run any institute. So from where it comes, donations or through pamphlets it goes. So somewhere it comes and somewhere it goes. So financial resources are important resource. Time as a resource. Yes, time. At what timings our schools are working. That is also an important thing. So time as a resource, and last but not the least, the content matter, the curriculum, the syllabus which we are going to teach to the students, and values which we are going to incorporate within them are going to play an important role in their life. So these are the five main important resources, that is human resource, material resource, financial resource, time as a resource, and curriculum, content matter, technology, ideologies, and values. Now let's go to the next part, that is the process. When we say process, process has been categorized into two parts, that is primary process and supportive process. Primary process usually includes teaching learning process and evaluation. What do you mean by teaching learning? That whatever we teach within the classroom, that has been included, right? So teaching learning is also an important part. And evaluation. After teaching, we take the evaluation. That means we ask certain questions to the student. So that is the process which is going within the classroom. That's why we say them as a primary process. And when we come to the supportive process, that is usually the secondary process, which is there within the school or your organization, that is POPSCOM. That means it includes the functions of educational management, that is planning, organizing, directing, staffing, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. Right? So planning, P stands for planning, O for organizing, D for directing, S for staffing, C, O for coordinating, R for reporting, and B for budgeting. After the process, we talk about the output. That will be the results which are coming out, whether we have achieved the aims and objective which we have decided. So it includes, again, whenever we say output, it can be in terms of educational institution, that will be in development of the individual. Individual develops. Whenever we say there is individual development, there will be an institutional development, right? And when there will be an institutional development, there will be development in the academic discipline. That means in the research, there will be development. So thus we have studied the diagrammatic presentation of system approach. So it covers three main aspects, that is input, process, and output. Right? Now let's see this again in a bigger form, in larger district, with levels of education. Right? So there will be input, there will be process, there will be output, as I have already said. Now when I say input, process, and output, it within the primary education, that means the child has gone to the first standard, that is the input within the school. It has been processed in the primary section, and then the output, that means child has cleared the primary section and he has gone to the secondary level. Now primary's output will be an secondary's input. That means child will be going into secondary education, right? So input, there again process will take place in secondary education, and then the output. Right? Now the output of secondary education will lead child to the two other aspects, that is vocational education or tertiary education, right? Child may go for the degree, higher education, or he may go for the vocational education. So depending on the child's interest and his aptitude, attitude, skills, and knowledge related to the subject, he will decide whether he needs to go for vocational education or tertiary education. Now, output of the secondary education will be the input of vocational education or process and output. Now let's come to the types of system. Now system has been categorized into two main types, that is closed system and open system. What happens in the closed system? The system which do not interact with the environment is called as a closed system, and the system which interacts with the environment is called as an open system. It is now closed system is self-sufficient and self-regulated, do not require support of anyone, whereas in the open system they are not sufficient and self-regulatory. In closed system there will be no exchange of material, while in open system there will be receives input from the external environment. There will be exchange of materials. Here the closed system, the boundaries are rigid, while in open system the boundaries are flexible because you can go anywhere, you can interact with the environment.